Well, phew, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I've shot it, and before I even start the video, I want to say, before I forget, it's phenomenal. And Remington's been having some struggles these past few years with things, but I think this is going to put them back right where they need to be to convince people that they make great firearms. So let's get that out of the way first. Okay. This is a TAC 13. You've probably seen videos on it, I'm sure. I mean, I couldn't find one negative video on it. So, but a lot of videos I've seen, and people are just shooting them. They're not really telling you anything about it. Some videos I've seen, some people call it the receiver an 870, which it is not an 870. It's nothing like an 870, not even close to an 870. Okay, so this is a V3. Now the V3 semi-automatic shotgun was designed for hunting and very soft recoil. The V3 shotgun has a reputation for having very light recoil. So what they did was they got the V3 receiver and used that as their semi-auto short-barreled shotgun, or it's considered in the firearm category. So I seen it, of course I wanted it, and probably for the first time it gave me more than I thought it would be. Usually when I see a gun, I like it, I shoot it, I'm like, it's nice, but it's not what I thought it was, or wow, this is really nice and I like it a lot. This will, when you get one of these, which is very hard right now, when you get one of these, you're not only going to be pleased with it, it's going to go beyond that. I really can't, you have to get one and shoot one for yourself to realize how nice these are. So like I said, this gun here, I think is going to put Remington's reputation back where it was before, okay? But like I said, remember, it's not an 870, it's nothing like an 870. So, a few things I see people forget to mention, just a few features that it has, that I found out what they're for. I had it semi-apart and looked in there, and it has really nice machined parts. It doesn't look like there's min parts in it, or they don't look like them anyway. They look like there's a lot of stainless steel in there. The action is very, very nice. It's very Benelli M4-like. It has a dual piston self-regulated gas operation system, which means it automatically adjusts for any load you put in it. You can put in, it holds 5 plus 1, so you got 5 in the tube, 1 in the chamber, and you can stage your ammo if you want. You can put slug, double-aught buck, light field birdshot, and it'll run it all one after the other, adjusting itself so it does not malfunction. Right there. The whole thing to all guns, really, to me, is reliability. I don't care how nice a gun is. If it's going to screw up here and there, I'm not going to. I really don't. I'm sorry. I can't keep it. No. I got 56 rounds. I'm going to keep an exact count on here, just for the hell of it. I got 56 rounds of light field, low power birdshot, which is probably, probably the most unreliable shells you can put in a semi-automatic shotgun, because it doesn't produce a lot of gas to operate the charging handle. So I figured, let me do that first. If it runs them, it should run almost anything. And it ran it. Not only did it run it, it ran it with authority. Another good thing about this, one thing I don't like about the Remington 870s, which I know is different, it's a pump action shotgun. When you pump the action as you're shooting it, it doesn't really extract with a lot of power like a Mossberg 590 does. It just doesn't. That's one thing I didn't. This, on the other hand, has a completely different extraction system. This shoots the shell across the room like a, just watch the videos. Watch the shells come out of this thing. So that's another big thing that I look for in a shotgun. Good extraction. It also has I'm going to say it's Nordic Components. That's what it looks like to me. This awesome barrel clamp on here with a rail. It comes with it. And this looks like Nordic Components. I'm going to say definitely is. So that's really high-end gun parts from them guys. You have a little rail here. You can put it on this side. You can put it on this side. I just have it here for now. I don't know if I'm even putting the light on it. Who knows what I'm going to do with it. Right now, it's probably the most fun gun I ever shot. Like, you don't want to stop shooting it. Very little recoil. Now I have there's only one guy that I know of that makes a brace for the TAC 13, and that's Suarez. Suarez makes a brace for the TAC 13. And a lot of guys are confused about that because they're like, okay, well, it's a folding brace. And they're like, well, how does it fold? Because the action springs are in the stock, not in this gun. The action springs in a V3 are inside the receiver. They're not in the stock. So if you're new to guns, the action springs is what brings us back and forward. The springs are in you can even see them in there. There's two double recoil springs in there, and they run along the bottom inside under the bolt carrier. And they're in here. They're not in here. Most shotguns, the bolt carrier will have a long steel tail and a little cup here, and then the spring will be down in here. So since it doesn't have that, you can put a folding brace on it. So since I don't like shooting from the hip, and I hate pistol grip shotguns, I did not buy this unless I knew I could put a folding brace on it. Suarez, as you guys know, customizes all kinds of things for firearms, and as we speak, my brace is getting built right now for this TAC 13. So it's going to have a folding brace with the ABA3 brace on there, which is to me the nicest looking one on the market, and it'll fold for storage or whatever. I can keep it small. So since it doesn't have that tail and spring, it allows you to put a folding brace on. That's really, really fucking awesome. Okay, so the action's fantastic. The more you shoot it, the smoother it's going to get. Now, what else do I want to show you? Another thing it does is it has a shell interrupter in there, a shell interrupter. So in other words, if I chamber around, okay, and the tube is loaded with other shells, and I want to take this shell out without the elevator, the shell elevator getting loaded again, because as soon as you pull this and the shell comes out, this is going to reload this section of the firearm. So what they did was they put a shell interrupter there, and there's a little switch right there. So okay, I got one in the chamber, I just want to take it out for some reason. Okay, so I'm going to push that up, and I'm going to rack this back. It's going to spit the live round out, and it did not load the lifter. Okay, so when I put the shell back in, I don't use this to release it. I use the interrupter switch to release it, to load it. Now it's loaded. All the parts are thick, heavy steel. It's probably the definition of a solid feel gun. This is it. It feels like a rock, okay? It has the bridged barrel, which adds a little bit more weight. The more weight, the more, the better it is with recoil. Plus, it looks really, really nice. And I'm trying to think what else it has. You got your traditional safety behind the trigger guard, and it also has a high-vis follower in there. You can see it's shiny, red, aluminum follower. Very nice. It's not plastic. Really, really nice, slick action. It's got a drilled and tapped receiver, and believe it or not, because of the shape of the receiver, the width, the size of it, a Trijicon RMR fits on it perfectly. I seen that in one of Suarez's videos, and it did. It looked like it came with the gun. So remember, it's not an 870, it's a V3 platform. All they did was chop it down and make it smaller. Everything's the same. They just chopped it here, and made it an extremely reliable, short barrel, semi-auto shotgun. So when I get the brace, I don't know if you guys are going to want to see that. I'm going to put that on, then I can actually shoulder it and shoot it right and have a lot more comfortable shooting it, more fun shooting it that way. And it'll probably make it even more reliable because it gives the gun a nice solid platform to put the gun against, especially a semi-auto, because you know you can limp wrist a semi-auto and it'll jam because you're moving the whole gun backwards. So shouldering it with a brace just makes it even more reliable and gives you more assurance that it's going to run and not malfunction. So that's it, guys. It's been a while since I did this, so I'm a little out of tune, and I can't believe the power's on. I mean, the storm we had last night, it looked like the beginning of the fucking Wizard of Oz. That's how fucking bad it was. I can't believe the power's on. I mean, in this neighborhood, if you pull an ass hair off your ass cheek, the power goes out. That's how easy the power goes out. Anyway, constant updates with this. This is friggin' awesome. Have a good one, guys.